Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire 2026. My name is Adam, and I have the honor of being your host for this run. Hope everyone is doing great this morning. We are here benefiting Planned Parenthood of America. And just to get the most important thing out of the way first and remind everyone of what we're here for. Planned Parenthood is an incredible organization that believes that your body is your own and your health is their highest priority. They provide access to safe birth control in whatever form that may be, hormone therapies, STI treatments, all sorts of stuff for sexual and reproductive health. We here at RAF love Planned Parenthood. We support them endlessly, and thank you so much for all of your donations, allowing them to do the incredible work that they do. And your donations don't only go to that, though. We have a couple of things available currently on our donation page that you can put your donations towards. We have a raffle going on, the My Collection wallpaper by Joshi FE8. It is an adorable wallpaper of Link standing outside the My house with a pile of My. You can use !schedule in the chat and click on that link to see a picture of it. It is adorable. And we also have a bid war going on right now for a 100% IL showcase in Link Between Worlds. You can choose a dungeon that our runner, Mimi, will go in and clear as fast as possible. You can choose the Swamp Palace, the Ice Ruins, and the Desert Palace. Now, what makes these dungeons special is they're dungeons that you don't often see in the 100% run. So it'll be a glimpse at a part of the game that we're not really going to see during this run. And so, yeah, you can put your donation toward that. You can put your donation towards the raffle. Make sure when you leave your donation on the last page, right before you check out, there's a little drop down that says leave a comment. If you would like to leave a comment on your donation for me to read out in my wonderful, not at all running on 5 hours of sleep voice. With all of my hot dogging and grandstanding out of the way, it is time to go to Lorule. It's time to meet a man in a rabbit hat who is definitely not Link. Minnie, take it away.
Alright, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Minnie. I'm gonna be running A Link Between Worlds 100%. I have my commentator here with me.
Hello, I'm Flora. Yeah, I run the ILs of this game, and occasionally full game.
Okay, and let's just begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so yeah, this is 100%. A few years ago I did any percent for RAF, and now it's 100%. So 100% is, as in most Zeldas, is based on collecting all of the items. So I'm gonna have to get like heart pieces. There are these Maiamais that I'm going to have to collect 100 of. I'm going to have to upgrade all of my items, buy all of the items, and a few random other things. And of course, like, beat all the dungeons, and beat the game at the end.
Yeah, it's a very cool run. Lots of fun things you see that you don't get to see in any percent.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite speedrun categories. Just at all, really. I'm very glad to be able to show it. So it's gonna start very similar to any percent actually. Pretty much any glitched category is gonna have basically the same beginning. First few minutes are gonna be just as normal. Then we're gonna do a trick which is gonna allow some early game sequence breaking. And allow me to get some items early. But for now, just gotta save with this weather vane. I do have to activate all of the weather vanes, 400% as part of the category. But that one you have to get regardless. The game does not let you go until you save there.
Yeah, and thus, if you all really want to make Minnie hate himself, you can get him to run low percent, where he's not allowed to get any of the weather vanes.
I should do low percent. I love that category.
Low percent scares me as a category.
It's terrifying, but it's fun as well. Alright, at the blacksmith, this silly guy's gonna forget his sword, so I gotta take it back to him. So now they're going to tell me to go to the castle, but this is where I'm going to decide to go a different way. I'm going to head to Kakariko Village.
Yeah, we're gonna procrastinate going to Hyrule Castle for a while.
Yeah. So I'm here just to activate this Weather Vane, because Weather Vanes they will become the like fast travel points that I can warp to later. So I don't actually need to do anything in Kakariko right now, I just want to activate that for later.
Yeah, I don't think there's much for you to do right now anyway.
No. So where I really want to go is here, and I'm going to use this bird. I'm going to lure him over here and do a trick to get into this cave early. Now I have to get through this cave. I do have a sword, but I'm not allowed to use it. So this cave is pretty scary with these Moldorms.
Yeah, definitely. Damage can rack up really quickly if you're not, like, ready.
Alright, they were quite nice.
That's probably the smoothest I've seen that cave go in a long time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, and this cutscene that's playing is very important. This is the whole reason I came here early. You'll see why in a little bit. I do want to activate this Weather Vane and collect some more rupees. So if you get lucky, I need 10 rupees here. If you get lucky, you can get that during the cave. But I can just get them from this rock. And oh no.
Yeah, oh no.
Rip. But suddenly, Rabbit Man.
Yeah, we don't know how he got in our house.
I think he was here the whole time, right? Surely. Okay, so yeah, when you...
Really had to have been under the bed, maybe.
Yeah. So the Death Mountain, you're not supposed to get there until a bit later in the game, like after the first dungeon. So if you go there early, that cutscene is the trigger for Ravio to open his full shop. So by going there early, he opens the shop early. Which lets me skip a bit of early game stuff, and also rent items right now.
Yeah, there is a counterpart cutscene to this that does it, but we can't get to that early without having sword.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, at least. Also, it would kinda suck to do, so Death Mountain is just easier.
Yeah. And it's fine, because I get to activate the Weather Vane anyway, so I have to go there later. Alright, so now I'm kind of continuing with the early game a bit more, as intended. Gonna go to the Sanctuary, deliver this guy's sword. So I rented the Tornado Rod and the bow, which is a bit different to any percent. In any percent you'd get the Fire Rod. But the Fire Rod isn't really useful for me right now, so I'm gonna get the Tornado Rod instead. It's gonna be very useful in the first dungeon. Alright, here's Dampé. He exists for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to see him here, and then probably, like, never again.
Yeah. There is a second Dampé, but we won't see him.
Yeah. Shiny Dampé.
Right,
Also,
so
I guess obscure lore, the kiosk demo has a piece of heart under one of those gravestones.
does it? I did not know that. Oops. Okay, so I just got the lamp. And the lamp actually gives you the ability to equip items. So even though I rented some items earlier, I actually couldn't equip them until now. So coming here is very important for multiple reasons.
Yeah, the kiosk demo has a lot of interesting differences. Yeah, then here, just like A Link to the Past. It's the same switch.
Yep.
Because this is A Link to the Past too, in
Yeah.
other languages.
Okay. So we're done with... That's basically all of the early game stuff we have to get out of the way before we can properly progress with the game. You see Link is sleeping on a desk right now. It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
But Ravio is
Cannot
here.
be comfortable.
Oh dear. So this is a consequence of doing things out of order. There is a second Ravio.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Oh god, what are we gonna do? Alright, and this isn't just a quirk of the cutscene or anything, like, there are actually 2 Ravios, and there will be for the entire rest of the run, so get used to it.
Yeah. And I don't think you can fix this, because I'm pretty sure if you, like, go to the other early game cutscenes, it'll just crash the game.
I think so, yeah. That's okay. He will... You see this Ravio that I'm talking to right now, the one at the back? He is standing right in front of the bow, and that means it's actually really awkward to try and rent the bow. It's actually gonna be in my way later.
Yeah, it's really annoying to deal with for, like, the first few times.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but, like, in some states, it's completely just not possible to get the bow when he's standing there.
Yeah, I mean, both Ravios move around as you move around in the shop, which can be a challenge.
Here is a very important cave. This is why I wanted to get bombs early as well. Alright, this is Mother Maiamai. She is going to give me the best side quest in the entire Zelda series.
Definitely.
The Maiamai Collection. This is basically this game's take on, like, gold Skulltulas from Ocarina of Time. So there's 100 of these guys, like this one right here, that I'm going to ignore, because I actually cannot get him yet. And so yeah, throughout...
If you like Maimais, you can donate $5 and get entered into the raffle to win the Maimai collection wallpaper.
Yes, you can. I like Maimais.
Yeah, I also really like them.
So yeah, 100 cute little guys that I'm gonna have to collect throughout the entire run. So now I'm just heading to the first dungeon. Eastern Palace.
Yeah, Eastern's a cool first dungeon. Big fan.
Yeah, it's not bad. Gonna damage boost here to go through this. Ooh. And it is possible to skip this small key, but it's not faster, unfortunately.
Yeah, dungeons in general are just very fast in this game, so like your skip has to be fast too.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just not worth. Ooh.
Did not want to get hit off, but I will take the red rupee. And then here is going to be a cool trick. So I have the Tornado Rod early, which you're not supposed to be able to have at this point. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna lure this guy over here. Oh my god. Oh! I'm about to die. Oops. Okay, that's not exactly how I wanted that
Good
to
you
go.
caught that. Yeah, good you caught it before you died.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Right, so that's called Tornado Rod lifting. So I use the Tornado Rod while that guy's hitting me, and then the enemy comes up with me and then pushes me out of bounds. And I can skip the boss key like that.
Yeah, and another fun thing is you can do that with like the Laurel version of the Armos statues, but the timing is slightly different.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. You guys might be able to see that later if you vote for Desert Palace.
Yeah, Desert Palace has some really insane tech, and is definitely the hardest to execute, so if you value, runs that are hard, pick Desert.
Desert Palace is currently in the lead with $70. Ice Ruins has 35, and Swamp Palace has 25.
Nice. Desert
Yeah, all
Palace.
three are insane.
Yeah.
All three are insane heavy hitters, but yeah, Desert is really cool.
And out of those three, Desert is also by far the longest one. So, I guess if you want value for your money, that would be the one to go for.
Yeah, Mini has done a very good job of shortening a lot of the IL world records. And it has been a big challenge to try to get them back.
Okay, so now I have the ability to merge into walls, which is like the main mechanic of this game. I'm going to be seeing this a lot. So just collecting some rupees before I make my way out of the dungeon.
Yeah, so now this person named Oswald we haven't heard of is having something happen to him.
Yeah, apparently. Don't know who that guy is, but
Yeah,
sure, he's a
not
nice
sure
guy.
who this. Yeah.
Alright, so at this point, you were supposed to have gone into Hyrule Castle and then Zelda gives you this pendant, but obviously we never did that. But he just gives it to us anyway, I guess.
Yeah. Also, to my knowledge, the Master Sword doesn't even check if you have this pendant.
Oh really? That's funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it only checks the other two.
Huh.
How... And then time for everyone's favorite witch.
Yep. Okay, Bell. This is going to let me travel to any of those weather vanes. So, very handy item. No.
Unlucky.
Alright, we're heading into the witch hut. Gonna collect my first of 100 Mai-Mais. This is the only one that's inside a building as well, for some reason.
Yeah, we continue merging tele transition screens so that the Zora on the other side of that gap doesn't try to talk to us.
Yeah, normally the Zora's like, whoa, how did you cross the gap? That was epic. But you don't want to get that text. Alright, Shady Guy.
I'm pretty sure this cutscene here is the counterpart to the Death Mountain cutscene, but I'm not certain.
I
It's one
think...
of these Zora cutscenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't get to there early without doing a trick called bee boosting, which is not fun.
It's not. Alright, I'm gonna do something a little bit lame here. I'm gonna grab this rupee, which I wouldn't normally get. But I'm about to have to do a minigame that I've been kind of bad at lately, so I kind of want extra rupees in case I have to retry it. But it's not too far out of the way. Alright, we sneak up on this guy, and for some reason, because of doing that, he's going to give us his shoes.
Yeah, we really like his shoes too. They're very nice.
Right now I can move fast.
Yeah, this will let us get quite a lot of the Mai Mai that we couldn't otherwise get.
Yeah, a lot of the Mai Mais you have to bonk into something with Pegasus boots.
Yeah, now we're gonna have fun and play with some chickens.
Alright. This is the scariest part of the run.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 levels, they get more difficult as they go, and I just gotta dodge some chickens for 30 seconds. This one's pretty easy, although I did actually fail this level the other day, so it is possible to fail all of them.
Yeah, and failing is rough because no matter how close you get, I'm pretty sure you don't get any prizing unless you win.
Yeah. Alright, 1 done. Also, yeah, banger alert.
Yeah, the minigame music in this game is very good.
It's actually ridiculous how good it is.
Yeah, here we get introduced to the big chicken.
Yep.
Those are comically large chickens.
Yeah. Which, if you can survive this minigame for 1,000 seconds, the game will unlock a big chicken that chills there permanently.
Yep.
But that is not part of the 100% run.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I've tried to do that minigame, I got like 300 seconds, and then I died. Alright, this is the one I'm pretty scared for. Let's see how this goes. And it is, in case you can't tell, it's just completely random. I have to just react to it. I can't just move the same way every time. Sometimes there's basically nothing you can do. They just like corner you and you die.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, definitely not, because this one costs a lot too.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Alright, so did not need to grab that silver rupee, but, I mean, I'm gonna need a lot of rupees throughout the run anyway, so...
Well, I mean, we saw a chest game. You never know how that can go.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, another minigame. This is the minigame area, I guess.
Yeah. This game here actually is very nice because the music is very helpful in telling how long time has passed.
Yeah, so I have to collect rupees and then go talk to the girl just before 30 seconds, but there's no timer. But luckily the music— oh my god, what the hell? I've never seen 2 red rupees from that. I've never seen 1 red rupee from that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could get red rupees, let alone multiple out of that.
Okay, that's insane.
Yeah.
I did actually get 2 red rupees in my task that I'm making, but like, that took like a day to manip. That's
Yeah, that's the
ridiculous.
most rupees I've seen out of Rupee Rush 1.
It's actually insane rupees.
Half a second left
Well,
on the timer is so impressive.
Yeah.
well, the music is a very handy cue to where if you listen to the right spot in the music, you'll get it every time.
Yeah. And when you... The reason we wait to the last second is that if you're within the final second, you get a, like, 3 times bonus. So you triple your rupees. Yeah, if you just listen to the music, it's pretty easy to know when to go.
Yeah, then here, Goalie gets punished for waking us up.
Yep.
But yeah, now we get 2 items, which is rather handy.
Yeah, a bit weird in this game, but your second item slot is unlocked by getting that item. Which I don't think any of this other game has done.
Yeah. Yeah, and most categories... Actually, I think only 100% categories get the pouch.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a trick here, called a bomb rod, to get up
Yeah,
on this ledge.
easiest bomb rod in the game.
Yes. Alright, so that looked completely useless, why didn't I just walk up the stairs? But at the top of the stairs, there is a trigger for a cutscene, which I do not
That
want to
cutscene
hit.
is slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cutscene trigger is still there, by the way. So it's really funny when you've triggered it after doing all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we need the flippers to get every Mai Mai. There are 7 you cannot get with flippers. You cannot get without having flippers.
Yeah.
That is one of them.
Alright, just collecting some stuff in this area, and then I'm going to be heading to the next dungeon, which is going to be House of Gales.
Yeah, we'll get to see the Mai Mai that ruined max percent flipperless.
Right, just renting some more items. Yeah, you can see 2 referees are still there. And it kind of messes up the, like, dialogue as well. More
Yeah,
Mai Mai.
so this
Yeah.
this Mai Mai outside of Gales, while you would think should be no way you can get that without flippers, I've actually discovered you can. And if it is awful. 0 out of 10. Probably the worst trick in the game.
Yeah, don't try to do that.
Don't, you will lose your sanity. Anyways, yeah, House of Gales, the second Hyrule dungeon. You can do the Hyrule dungeons in any order, but just with 100%, it's nicer to do Gales first.
Yeah. Yeah, and like any percent, it's basically just up to the runner what order you want to do dungeons in, but for Hundo there is actually a set order. At least with the way they're out currently is. Alright, gonna be going for a trick here to try and get on top of this moving platform. Nice.
Yeah. That trick is so cool when it works, but I feel like when you miss it like 20 times.
Yeah. Okay, I had no stamina, that sucks.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could do
Yeah,
that
so-
until recently. You can actually be too fast and not get your stamina back in time.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. Well, I think you just threw the bomb a little early.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, but yeah, so stamina. So, because of the sequence breaking, you can't see it, but normally there's a little purple bar on the side of the screen that tells you how much stamina you have to use all your items.
Okay, I was
Even though-
wondering about that. I was like, am I losing my mind? Where's the bar?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually forgot to mention that.
Yeah, but despite it not being visible, it is very much still present, and something you have to learn how to manage without seeing.
Yeah.
Then here we're gonna see one of the handy tricks with boots, dash sliding. You can just cross gaps for some reason. It's very handy, it saves a lot of time in little places. And we'll see it save time in very big places later in the run.
Alright, this boss, I'm going to be using a lot of bombs and tornado rod, so this is somewhere I really have to manage my stamina well.
Yeah, this boss also
Oh, okay.
can spiral out of control very quickly.
That's not how that was meant to go, but sure.
Yeah, fortunately the fight kind of does reset between phases, so you can like gather your composure.
Yeah. So yeah, a bomb and a spin will destroy each of these layers.
Yeah,
Okay.
then there we actually wanted to finish at the bottom for a trick we'll see in a bit.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm, like, further from the heart than I should be. But I'm gonna mash the tornado rod here to get onto this platform, which you're not meant to do, and reload the room, and you'll see now this pendant is here, which wasn't there before. So normally when you
Yeah.
grab the heart, there's like a few second long little animation where that pendant spawns in. But by reloading the room, I skip that and save some time.
Yeah, yeah, that pendant cutscene feels like it takes such a long time. And I guess for context on how you could get most of these Maiamais without flippers, Fake Flippers does also exist in this game. It's hard. It's soft socks if you fail it the right way, which is really easy to do, because it's like half the ways you could fail it.
Yeah.
And it's stupid precise.
Yeah, it's basically like you hit a screen transition at the same time you enter water, and it like tricks the game into putting you in the swimming state, even if you don't have flippers.
Yeah, that bottle under the bridge there is actually also not possible without flippers, because the game will soft lock if you try to go under it without flippers.
Okay, using that Death Mountain warp that we got way earlier. And just heading straight to Tower of Hera, the next dungeon. Dash right across that gap.
Yeah, Hera is a cool dungeon. It's grown on me a lot, even if it's hard.
Oh my god, oops. Sorry. Opened
Yeah,
my phone by
sometimes
accident.
the merging in this game just doesn't let you merge, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. I was just grabbing my phone because I've been using a metronome to do a trick coming up lately. And I realized I forgot to set it up beforehand. I'm trying to like grab my phone and open the metronome app.
Oh, that's smart.
Question from the chat: do you have to fully buy every item for 100%? I believe so because of the Mimais,
Yes,
Yes. You have to
but
buy the
yeah,
items before the game lets you upgrade them.
yeah, you just can't buy the items until you get Master Sword. And yeah, so here Minnie is going to have to lock in because this dungeon has one of the hardest tricks in the game.
Yeah, it's this dungeon.
Yeah, so there using the bow is a little time save we get to take advantage of because pouch. So here we kind of just go up. Most of these chests just contain rupees. That chest down there contains the compass. But this room here, we're gonna sequence break, or I guess we're gonna deviate from how the dungeon is normally done. So yeah, Minnie's gonna just kill that mold arm so it's not in the way.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, now we're gonna bomb rod. And now that we're out of bounds, we can just tornado rod up through the dungeon, getting through it very quickly. Especially since Hera doesn't really have anything else for completion.
Yeah, so that trick is, it's like a 2-frame window at 60 FPS. It's really precise.
Yeah,
Very glad to get that first try.
definitely, because due to the stamina system, it consumes a ton of stamina.
Yeah. Both bombs and tornado rod use up a half of your stamina per use, so you just have to wait around for like 10 seconds between each attempt if you fail.
Yeah, and because you can't see the stamina meter, it's tough to figure out if you've recharged enough stamina. Yeah, then here by being precise with your movement, you can one cycle that. And now we get to go fight a burger.
Yep.
We'll actually get to fight multiple burgers in this run, and that's very cool.
Yeah. Gonna fight like 4 of them in total, I think. Right, the bow does twice as much damage as my sword right now, so I'll use that as much as I can.
Yeah, since the bow in this game does the same damage as the Master Sword. Very clean fight. That is harder than it looks.
Yeah, that was a good dungeon.
Even
Yeah,
making him look
definitely.
like a burger, they could never make me like Moldorm.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. When this fight goes wrong, it goes wrong spectacularly.
And then same thing there, reloading the room to skip the little pendant animation.
Yeah. If you do it precisely, you can actually respawn abuse to get back onto that platform without having to hammer. But yeah, that's really only beneficial, I think, in any percent or glitchless where you only have one item.
Yeah, it's more useful to just skip having to equip hammer again. Okay. All of the Harrow dungeons are done. Now I can go get the Master Sword.
Yeah, making very good progress. But first, we're gonna get the best item in the game.
Yep, most important item. Get the hint glasses. Right, just a few more collectibles on the way.
Yeah, one of the nice things with like 100% of this game is most of your collectibles are just on the way of doing things you would already be doing.
Yeah. There's only really one like section of the run that's like a big collection segment. It's gonna be after Dark Palace later. But yeah, most of it is just get stuff like on the way to the next dungeon.
Question from chat: are you going to wear the hint glasses from now on?
I can?
No,
I'm not going to. There are some like
Yeah.
auto-scroller sections of the run where I do sometimes just put them on for fun because you're waiting around anyway. So I can do that,
yeah.
but in general, no, I'm sorry.
I also have a $5 donation from Anonymous that says, "Good luck, Minnie."
Thanks. Good luck to you too.
Yeah. Hint glasses do severely reduce your visibility, which is a challenge because there are some very position precise tricks. So being able to see fully is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ghosts here are actually very nice. Their movement is predetermined, so we only really have to look at where they end and just pay attention from there.
Yeah, so when they're like shuffling around, that's the same every time. So I just have to look at the end when they actually pick a direction.
Yeah, you've gotten very good patterns for Lost Woods here.
Yeah. After having tasked this, I actually now know what the fastest one is, and it's getting both up. I've actually tasked every single option now.
Yeah, Minnie has been doing insane work on 100% tasks, which will be very exciting when it comes out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
Hopefully by the end of the year. But we'll see.
Yeah, but if you are interested in A Link Between Worlds tasking, Pancake made an amazing any percent task that even won awards from task videos.
It did. I think it
So,
got
you should go
Task of
watch
the
that.
Year last year.
Yeah, it got Task of the Year and Best New Task.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get Task of the Year this year with the 120-star task that just released.
Yeah.
It would be a bit difficult to beat that, I think.
But yeah, go after this, you should consider watching Pancake's task at some point. It is very cool, lots of cool tricks that are only task spot only.
Yeah. Alright, I'm heading back to Ravio, but I don't actually want to rent any items. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Maybe you see...
So, the best mechanic of this game.
Yes. Alright, he just gave us the ability to quick equip. So now I can use my touchscreen and equip items without having to pause the game. So
Yeah,
make an
this will
entire
be-
trip there just for that.
Yeah, it is. Not only does it allow us to equip items faster, it lets us do most of the glitches in this game without having to pause.
Yeah, so...
And, yeah, now we're gonna go talk to Zelda.
Yep. But yeah, so this is stuff you're supposed to do at the very beginning of the game, but obviously I didn't. But the game still is like... the game still thinks I have to do this. So I'm coming to Hyrule Castle to, like, you know, beat the dungeon and go to Lorule, but the castle is still in this state where it thinks I'm in the early game. So you see there's, you know, input and soldiers, but also the enemies. So it's a bit messed up.
Hyrule guards aren't doing a very good job here.
I have a $25 donation here from Get a Life Mia that says belly slap for the fans.
Maybe if I get a world record, I'll do it.
Your world record here is insane.
There's been some time saved since. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're miles ahead, I feel like, on your world records that you do have.
Just wait until Thunderbolt runs them, and then I'm cooked.
Well, Thunderbolt, as mentioned, glitchless is too hard.
Really?
So I guess that's compliments to both of us.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, me too. It did definitely boost the ego a bit.
Alright, so yeah, we're watching this cutscene. Zelda is turned into a red soldier, apparently. Cutscene's a little messed up.
Yeah, spirit tracks, flashbacks.
Yeah, now that we've watched those,
for
we can
context-
actually progress.
Yeah, for context, Thunderbolt has not only holds the any percent world record, but holds it by an insanely large margin.
Yeah, it's like 90 seconds.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like a lot of the main board world records have a large difference between first and second.
Yeah, but...
Because, like, you have a big difference from me and Glitchless. But I also haven't PB'd there since, like, 2023.
I'm just gonna use the ice rod to kill that guy quickly. Please die.
Yeah. One of the things to also note with killing that guy with Ice Rod is, you have to actually wait a bit because the enemies also have iframes.
Yep. Right, another tornado rod lifting there. Same as Eastern Palace. Boss key skip, but that one's much easier.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, the Eastern one's actually very precise. Alright, rip Zelda. She's dead forever.
Yeah, we won't
Pour
get
one
to
out.
see her again. Yeah, pour one out, go donate to RAF about it.
Yeah, donate to Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
And write in your donation comment, write a eulogy for Zelda, or an obituary.
A question in the chat. So the reason we watch that Zelda cutscene is just because there are like castle soldiers standing in the way of where we need to go. It's like we don't actually get anything from it. We just need them to move. There's just no way to get
Yeah.
past them without watching it.
I will say the sad part of these glitched categories is it does skip some of my favorite music in the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a very nice arrangement of Zelda's Lullaby that you see in glitchless categories, which I guess glitchless for next RAF? Question mark.
Yeah. Could do glitchless or low percent. You guys can choose.
Yeah, you can even get me to do glitchless.
Glitchless race? Hold up.
I mean, yeah, you have first and second racing glitchless.
A preview for Rejects and Friends Sub-Zero 2027.
Alright, Yuga. Boss fight. You can tell which one's the real one by his staff thing.
Yeah.
And I can skip a cycle here by doing some spins. Nice. Free money. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that fight is all just random, basically. When he goes into the walls, where he goes. When he merges and moves around, the real one, like, stays the same. So you can just follow him around the wall. But if two of them, like, cross paths, then they can swap places. So it becomes a bit of a pain
Yeah.
to keep track if they do that.
Yeah, so it's kind of just an RNG time loss that you can't really do a whole lot about if you get unlucky. Yeah, if you thought the tricks you've seen so far are cool, yeah, it's only gonna get cooler from here.
Yep. We are now in
I
low roll.
imagine when they were pitching this game, somebody walked into a boardroom and just wrote the word "low rule" on a whiteboard, and they clapped for the next 45 minutes.
Like, dropped the marker on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, then here, the Lord Hole Blacksmith's wife doesn't like us very much.
Yeah, she's kind of, like, mean for someone who just got, like, knocked unconscious, you know?
Times are tough in low rule.
I guess.
Oh, definitely.
I guess they have bigger things to
It-
worry about.
Times are
Yeah.
tough for everybody, and that's why you should donate to Planned Parenthood of America.
It's true.
Yeah, and one of the actually interesting quirks of Laurel is certain parts of Laurel are only loaded at any given point. So, like, while the map shows you all the other areas of Laurel, even if you might be able to see them, you can't necessarily get to them. Yeah. Then here we have a classic 2-3-1. 23 is number 1 puzzle.
Yep. Okay, just heading straight into the first dungeon for low roll. Thieves' Hideout.
Yeah, or as often I like to call it, time loss hideout.
Yeah. This dungeon does
This
have one of the newest time saves though, which is going to be in this next room.
Yeah. It's a really cool time save once. Like, once you get it figured out, it feels so satisfying.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it first try here. I've been messing it up a lot lately, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's rather hard.
Yeah, I did mostly figure out why I was messing it up, so hopefully it'll be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, for now I just gotta push some statues around.
Yeah, so one of the things you might be noticing if you're an astute viewer is me is constantly pulling up the quick equip menu and then closing it. That's because it lets him skip the end lag of quite a few of the items, which will be very important later.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, so use that statue to clip out of bounds. So that trick has been around for a long time, but in the past that always required 2 statues, so you had to drag the other statue from all the way across the room. But it was somewhat recently found you can do it with just one of them.
I feel like that was found a few years ago, but yeah, we don't get very many trick discoveries, so that's still relatively new.
Yeah, new for this game. We don't get much. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my
Oh no.
god. They just woke up in very, like, staggered timing for some reason.
Yeah, that room is scary because literal enemies do so much damage with green mail.
I'm actually gonna just go here to grab some health.
Yeah, that is smart because dying unintentionally loses a stupid amount of time.
Yeah, so those enemies are stupid. Because when you do some damage to them, then they like go back to sleep, and then it's completely random how long they take to wake up again. And they just like woke up in the worst like pattern possible there. It's like 2 of them woke up super early and the rest didn't, and I just could not really do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, like I remember Rom like posting a little thing of like a guide to help make it more consistent, but even then the game will just troll you.
At least I didn't die. That's the main thing.
That's all that matters. Yeah, then here we have a time lost girl who we have to escort. And we really only have to escort her because she's the key to getting the boss to spawn.
Yeah. It's actually very easy to just like clip to the boss room early. But the boss just doesn't exist unless you specifically take Fico to the boss room. But I do need to come down here anyway because low roll dungeons introduce like extra items within the dungeons. It's like all of the high roll dungeons were basically the same as any %, but in low roll they actually have extra items I need to get.
Oh yeah, well, I think Skull Woods is the only one that... Actually no, they all do, I think, realize.
Yeah, they all have.
Yeah,
well,
just...
Desert Palace doesn't really, I guess, because you have to get
No,
the
Desert
Titans
Palace
Myth
has
anyway.
Titans Myth,
Yeah,
because any % skips that.
that's true. Yeah, here we got the first Master Ore. There's 4 of these in total.
Yeah, then here she gets stuck, but she eventually figures it out.
Yeah. Oh, frame pathway
Ooh.
touch.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten that.
I've got it like maybe
Mm.
3 times. Oh, she does not like that enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, so classic example of time lost girl losing you time for
Wait, did I
no
hit?
reason.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh no.
I did not realize I hit the switch the first time. That was silly. Okay. Oops.
Yeah, well, that's lucky that it respawned her because, yeah, fun fact, if she falls here, you have to go get her back from the jail cell.
Yeah, that would have been bad. I really was surprised that that first bow shot didn't miss, but I guess it didn't.
Yeah, the hitbox is pretty generous.
Right, replace some bombs to deal with that guy. And just a small time save here. Instead of merging on the platform moving across, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, boss fight. For some reason, this boss is really weak to the hammer, so I'm gonna be just
Yeah,
using the
I don't
hammer.
think...
as-
Yeah, there's, like, nothing in the game that tells you this, too. Yeah, here we intentionally don't quick cancel the hammer, because if you let the hammer animation play out, it does double damage. And yeah, that's the boss fight already.
Yeah, it's really weird. I've actually looked at like the memory values for this now. It's like it does like 1 hit, and then it waits like half a second, and then does 3 more hits really quickly if you let the animation play out. So it does 4 hits in total. That dungeon was a bit scuffed, but we got it in the end.
I mean, average Thieves Hideout, honestly.
Yeah. I got the trick first try, that's all that matters.
Honestly, yeah. Knowing Thieves Hideout, it could have gone so much worse. Yeah, then here we get Osfala. And we need him because... Yeah, we need him because he will give us the Sand Rod.
Yep.
Which we will need later to get into Desert Palace for Titan's Mint.
Yeah, so in any percent normally you would do this dungeon last, because it actually skips like a minute long cutscene later. But it's just so awkward trying to do that for Hundo because of Sand Rod being locked behind this dungeon.
Yeah.
I do want to save here. Okay, time for the most fun part.
Let's go gambling.
This is chess minigame. So I have to pay this guy 200 rupees. He's gonna put 15 chests. One of them has a piece of heart, and I can open 3 of them. Let's see how this goes. This is gonna determine my rupee route for the rest of the run, basically. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, we take those, I guess.
Yeah. In most of my runs lately, I've lost like 3 minutes there. So getting first try in the marathon run is pretty sick.
Yeah, especially since you only got 1 rupee.
Yeah. So ideally, I would have 650 rupees leaving there, but like, getting first try is worth it. I'll just have to get like an extra gold rupee later.
Fortunately, the game is generous with those in Laurel.
Just a bit more collection.
So, fun fact in hero mode here, we actually get Ravio's journal. But
Yeah.
obviously we are doing this in normal mode because in hero mode, you take 4 times the damage.
Yeah. I actually had no idea about the journal until like a month ago, maybe. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, here we're gonna ignore Sarslahara. We don't really need to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I had 650 rupees here, then I could buy the fire rod right now, and then I wouldn't have to buy it later. And that would also save me 100 rupees, but that is fine.
We'll deal with Boomerang later. It's not super helpful.
Yeah, and by super helpful, we mean helpful at all.
Yeah, it has very niche uses that aren't really in the 100% category.
Okay, heading towards the Desert Palace, which is the next dungeon. And if you've seen any percent, you would know that it's very easy to just fully skip this dungeon. And I'm going to be doing exactly that in Hundo as well.
And with your donations, we can see all of the dungeon if you donate towards the bid war
That's
for the
true.
Desert Palace.
Yeah. Well, even then, we can still skip a few of the rooms.
Oops, that's not what I meant. Okay, so there's a ice rod clip into a tornado rod into a fire rod boost, and then into a dash slide here. And grab the heart container. and grab the painting. Desert Palace has been skipped.
Yeah, being able to skip Zaganaga is very handy.
Yeah, the boss fight here takes a while.
And can be rather annoying, because you can just get bad movement patterns.
And then I'm gonna do another fire rod boost here, and then try to line this up. Oops. I have to like claw grip my controller for this, it's very annoying. Okay, if I line that up correctly, I can dash past that collision.
Yeah, a Link Between Worlds out of bounds collision is interesting on like, sometimes it's just not there, but other times it is. And there's no really good indicator of where it is.
Yeah.
Then, especially when you're transitioning screens, it only gets worse.
Yeah. Okay, and here, I can use this bird to clip up onto this rail. Get up here. This mine just pops out of the ground for no reason.
I did not realize that you could do it like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
neither did I. I did it by accident recently. I was like, oh, okay, that works.
I feel like this game always has something new to learn about how it works.
Yeah, and then here is a difficult trick.
Difficult is an understatement. I think you are probably the only person who can do this with a shred of consistency.
Yes, this is Sandhops. This is a trick I found. It saves about a minute if you do it well. It skips the entire, oops, like, east wing of this dungeon. But I'm not getting it right now. I'm gonna reload to get my stamina back.
Yeah, this trick is insanely difficult. Like, I have put quite a bit of time into trying to figure it out, and I have not gotten it fully once.
I keep pressing that by accident. Nice. Alright.
Then
Yeah, that skips a few
probably,
rooms.
yeah, probably the most annoying mini boss.
Yes. And then here I'm going to do another Sandhop, but this one's actually very easy. So I get to use a bomb. And just do that. That only works there. Unfortunately, you cannot just do that for the first room.
Is that faster in the IL?
No, because you have to get both of the keys anyway.
Makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, while we did skip Desert Palace earlier, we do still have this big chest you can see that has the Titan's Mitt. Do still have to get that. But once I've grabbed that, obviously I already beat the dungeon. I'm just gonna leave. That's all I need to come here for. Right, done in the desert for now. Well, just done in the desert completely. Will not be coming back here. Now heading to the next dungeon, which is going to be the Dark Palace.
Yeah, Dark is mostly similar to any percent. And is actually, I think, the same as you would do it in Glitchless.
Yeah, this is the least broken dungeon. There's basically nothing that we found out to save time in this dungeon over just doing it the intended way.
Yeah, the hard part with Dark is the walls are insanely high for some reason.
Yeah, we're yet to find any big skip for it. But we do have a skip just before the dungeon, in the Dark Maze.
Yeah. Yeah, any skip in Dark 2 would have to be like really quick for it to save time. Dark is such a short dungeon, as is.
So here, I'm gonna lure this enemy towards this tree. Walk on the tree, and that's gonna let me flip up onto that little railing there. And it's gonna skip most of this stealth section here.
Yeah, the guards don't have the best vision here. However, sometimes they can just troll you,
Yeah,
and that is really slow when they do.
okay, so this dungeon is mostly going to be about managing my equips. Just remembering to equip things at the right time.
Yeah. Pouch will make managing these equips a lot easier.
Yeah. It's also going to mean that I can have the lamp equipped for a lot of it, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, this dungeon is kind of confusing casually, but in the run, when you know where you're going, you actually skip quite a lot of it. It's like a bunch of rooms you just don't even have to go into. You skip a whole small key. Oops.
Yeah. The Dark 100% IL is pretty neat, but
Alright, let's grab this gold rupee.
I did not know that gold rupee was there. That is useful to know.
Now you know.
It's not relevant for the 100% IL.
Yeah, there's a few, like, weird areas in this dungeon that, like, don't really have anything in them. I think on the left side of this room, there's also, like, a weird, like, area that you can get into.
Yeah, Link Between Worlds loves its weird little areas that don't have very much in it.
Yeah. Snipe the hookshot for that key. Oops. It's barely missed my dash.
Yeah, if you do that dash right, you just make it all the way into the door frame. Yeah, then speaking of areas that troll you, this next room could kind of just troll you for no reason sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, you can't really see them, but there are 3 switches that I need to throw bombs at. But for some reason, sometimes your bombs will just, like, despawn. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and
No.
fun fact, if you... Nope.
Did not want that.
Yeah, that was also really scary because if the chest cutscene and one of those item get cutscenes trigger at the same time, you do soft lock.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's a very niche soft lock that fortunately I've never had happen. But like, you can definitely find some instances of it happening in the ALBW Discord.
Yeah, well, I will keep that in mind.
Minnie, how do you feel about the Ice Ruins?
It is my favorite dungeon in the entire Zelda series. And that is not.
I have incredible news for you. Liz the Wizard has donated $250.
Oh,
And all of that went towards the Ice Ruin for the IL showcase.
Liz, you are my favorite.
Yeah, that dungeon I think has probably had the biggest cut to my former world record.
Okay, actually, here, I have a comment from Liz that wasn't able to be put on the donation. Mini AVP, let's run it back with the VA sometime. Love this game and Raph with all my heart. Let's keep it up. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah, the
Ice Ruins
Ruins
haters
is-
have got their work cut out for them now.
Yeah, the Ice Ruins IL is insanely cool because you get to sequence break how you do it in so many ways.
Yeah, Ice Ruins is the most, like, open dungeon when you have glitches. Like, you can just go anywhere at any
Yeah.
point, really.
Yeah, the new route Mini discovered saved like 2 minutes over my previous IL world record, which was already only like 6 minutes long.
I love that you love this dungeon and that it's currently in the lead, but I am contractually obligated to say everyone knows the Ice Ruins are terrible. Vote for the other stuff. Whoa! Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I have another donation.
Go for it.
Oh?
Ravio donated
Oh, no.
$250.
No.
It says, let's donate $5 for every Mai in the game. I've got the low roll ones covered. Can chat cover the ones from high roll? And that $250 went towards the Desert Palace.
Oh,
So
God.
we currently have the Ice Ruins at $290 and the Desert Palace at $320. It is very close between those two.
And Swamp Palace also exists.
Listen, Swamp Palace is doing its best, and honestly, I see a lot of myself in Swamp Palace right now.
Swamp Palace honestly probably has the biggest pain trick at the very end. So, you know.
Yeah, Swamp Palace is really cool, but it also has the most annoying tricks in it, probably.
Also, Ravio, not only did they donate $250, but we also have a $250 donation match. So the next $250 that get donated will actually be doubled.
Oh,
And that
well-
is also from Ravio.
Well, someone has to match for the Hyrule Mai-Mais, right?
Yeah.
And they put that towards Swamp Palace. Easy.
Yeah, Swamp Palace has a lot of... I really like the new route of Swamp Palace.
Alright, so this is the main, like, collection segment of the run. It's gonna be a bit of time before I get to another dungeon. I'm just going around the world collecting. I think, like, almost half of the Mai-Mais in the run I collected during this section, right here.
And yeah, as it was said in chat, we're only $125 away from beating Rejects and Friends Sub-Zero 2023. But with the donation match in progress, that means that we're only 70... Hold.
62 and a
No,
half.
$62.50 away from beating Sub-Zero 2023.
Nice.
Yeah, so here we're gonna see some turtles, and unfortunately they will not be saved.
Yeah, unfortunately I do hate turtles. Yeah, you want to see how much I hate turtles? throwing that rock at them. So
Yeah, I don't particularly care about them in this run because we'll get to see another trick where you can get horrendously trolled.
Yep. Should be fine. So you're supposed to save those turtles and then they like give you a ride towards the dungeon. But I do a trick there called animation storage. And lets me jump up onto there when I'm not supposed to.
Yeah. It is a really easy trick to encounter casually. Like, if you're gonna encounter any of the tricks in this game casually, it'll be animation storage.
Dude,
Okay, so
I'm getting owned.
I'm
by
sorry.
enemies.
we have another $250 donation match that just came in, which means that now every donation that gets made is tripled.
Oh my god.
For the next $250, every donation. So, like, the next $250 that get donated is actually $750.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so I didn't really mention it, but I just went to Turtle Rock, which is one of the dungeons, and I activated the Weather Vane, but I didn't actually go into the dungeon. And I'm not gonna be until the very end of the run. I just wanted to activate the fast travel point early, so I can get back there later.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is probably the best dungeon that gets to utilize the nice items compared to every other dungeon in the game.
Yeah. Okay, time for Hyrule Hotfoot. I have to race across to the other corner of the map. And on the way I'm gonna be collecting a bunch of stuff. And I actually recently kind of changed up my route for this, to collect a few more things. But that makes the timer a bit tighter than it was before, so it's a little scary. But I should be fine.
Yeah, Hyrule Hotfoot is actually, especially the first one, is rather generous.
Okay, so on this one I'm gonna grab this, oops, grab this, my, and then also the heart piece behind. And this tree can give me lots of rupees if I get lucky. And if I actually hit it, oh my god. Okay, I didn't get many rupees. And I missed that red, that's okay. I should still be fine for time, even though I'm kind of messing up.
Oh yeah, no, you're chilling.
The second race is a lot tighter, so hopefully I don't do anything stupid there. Yeah, sometimes that tree I bonked can give you like 4 or 5 red rupees, but I only really got blue rupees there, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. And then we gotta do this race twice.
Yeah, and fun fact, you don't actually need the boots to complete Hyrule Hotfoot.
Really?
Yeah, the Rando Discord has discovered all sorts of interesting things.
Huh. Is it like really tight without?
Yes, from what I understand.
Oh my god, that's not good. I might not make this. I keep pressing the wrong button.
Which, yeah, speaking of this, if you like randomizers, one of the other leaderboard mods has done an amazing job developing the randomizer for this game, which works on both emulator and real hardware. So, highly recommend it if you like randomizers.
I think I will still make this, but it's gonna be really close.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Okay.
Oh,
0.3 seconds spare. Easy. Not even close. I kept accidentally using the tornado rod when I wanted to use the bow by accident. Okay, that was a little scary, but it's fine.
yeah. Also worth noting with Titansmith is that it lets us skip the first strength upgrade entirely.
Yes. Yes, so I actually couldn't pick up any rocks until getting the Titan's Mitt. Which is why I just made like a separate trip to Lost Woods just for that one Maiamai. When like you'd think I could have gotten that when I got the Master Sword. But I actually could not lift any rocks when I was there. And yeah, that's another reason why doing Thieves Hideout last, like you do an 80%, is really bad for Hundo, because it locks you out of the Sand Rod, and that locks you out of the Titan's Mitt, which means you'd have to do every dungeon before lifting a single rock. It's just... there's no way you could route that to be fast.
You know, unless we somehow discover Sand Rodless Titansmith, which, knowing this game, if it does exist, will be really painful to do.
Yeah. Right, in the Lurel graveyard area. Just gonna grab this chest for an extra 100 rupees.
Yeah, so one of the fun facts about this is that you can see the Dark Palace area on the side from the Laurel Castle, or the Laurel Graveyard area. It is loaded in, and you can actually access it, but if you're going from the Dark Palace area and try to, you know, like, make your way to the Laurel Graveyard area, it's actually not loaded in,
Oh.
so you just can't get to it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was one of those things I figured out trying to do max percent of purpleless routing back in the day.
Yeah. Ended that dash a bit early.
You have a moment for a couple of donations?
Yeah, go for it.
I have $5 from Pounce the Tiger that says, "Good luck, Minnie, and thanks, Joshy, for the cool wallpaper raffle. When do we play baseball?" And I have $5 from You Done Goofed, which says, alright, give me a moment. Many Maimais may marvel at masses of money amassed for Mini Mini. May the Maimai's mini meet mark momentous moment.
Yes, I agree.
And again, all of those two donations were $5 a piece, but they were actually $15 a piece, thanks to the incredible donation matching we have at the moment. Each of those one went towards Ice Ruin, and one went towards Desert Palace, so they are still neck and neck with $20 between the two.
Nice. To answer the question, baseball will be in like 50 minutes-ish? There is a baseball minigame in this game.
It is. It's really fun.
It's really good.
Especially once you figuring it out is tough, but once you figure it out, it's really nice.
Yeah. Right, heading back into the grave that we did at the very beginning of the run. There is a heart piece in here, but there was just no way to get it earlier. You have to merge across this gap to get it. And we did not have the ability to merge back then.
Yeah, and sadly we can't exactly tornado rod lift off the rats.
Yeah. Man, I'm getting terrible rupee RNG from these trees. Would have loved some red rupees
Yes.
there as well.
So this my under the bridge, while possible flipperless, is one of the biggest pains to get flipperless because the setup for fake flippers is really irritating.
Right back to Lurel. Why am I in the grass here? Having sword beams there saves a bit of time. And then here is this
Yeah.
really weird waterfall area. Bit of a strange location in the game. But there is one mine here. And then these weird, like, frog enemies. Oops.
Yeah, which, despite being creatures that live in the water, are very susceptible to the fire rod.
Yes. Alright, so we're almost done with this collection segment. Gonna be heading towards Ice Ruins in a bit. My favorite dungeon.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites as well.
And at this point I have collected 2 pieces of Master Ore, and with those I can upgrade my sword. Actually, I've collected 3 pieces of Master Ore, but you just need 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so that cave is cool because you can actually fire rod boost to skip needing Titan's Mate for it, but it's just not really useful 100%.
Yeah, I was actually doing that for a bit, and then I timed it and realized it wasn't actually fast.
It looks cool though.
Yeah. I thought it would save a lot more time than it did, but throwing the rock isn't that slow, I guess.
Yeah, it feels slow, but it's really not that slow.
Yeah. Alright, so earlier I got that letter in a bottle, which I didn't really talk about, but the guy is stranded on Death Mountain and really wants some milk, so gotta pick that up for him.
Yeah, then here, this Maiamai somehow ended up under the sand.
Yep. God knows how.
Yeah, many mysteries on how Mother Maiamai lost her 100 children in that way.
And then here I'm gonna be doing a trick. It's another tornado rod lifting.
Yeah, this tornado rod lift is also pretty easy.
Yeah. As long as these enemies don't get in my way. Okay, get up onto this ledge. And from here, I can dash up here and skip straight to the bouldering guy. Deliver his
that
milk.
lets us skip. Yeah, that lets us skip a large chunk of Ross's or mine, which is more or less an auto-scroller.
Yeah, so here is going to be this cave with a bunch of moving platforms. And yeah, doing that trick just skipped a bunch of waiting around here. Hint glasses?
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, we're not completely free of ore mine because we do have a collectible in here to get.
The Vid War is currently tied between Ice Ruins and Desert Palace,
Ooh. Let's go.
which we have a $20 donation from Etchy that just says Groovin, and a $10 donation from Heimlich that says Long Goron Rise, hi, good luck, Long Goron Hide.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And another $5 donation from Etchy, parentheses, I got you.
Yeah.
And with that puts us over our milestone of Sub-Zero 2023.
Nice.
We are at $3,431.02.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, this cave is
Yeah.
a lot of waiting around.
Yeah, fortunately, like, this cave and the Laurel counterpart are like the only area where you're like really waiting around like this.
Do one cool dash like that though, to skip a few platforms on the way back. And I'm gonna do another one in a second here. Straight to the last platform.
Yeah, sadly, Glitchless cannot do that dash slide, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Right, one more Mai, and then we're heading to the Laurel Death Mountain. Grab this guy here.
Just to double check, you got that weather vane, right?
Oh, did I? I don't know. I did not, thank you so much. Oops. That would have been bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. Well, I mean, fortunately,
It wouldn't have been too bad,
Terra
but
has the warp that's close.
okay, and Laurel has its own auto-scroller cave as well.
Yeah, sadly, there's no real way to speed this up.
There is one way to speed it up.
Like, pretty sure that's like the only way we get.
Yeah, that tornado rod saves like half a second.
Yeah, because when you do merge, it does actually slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, the game like freezes for a tiny bit when you start merging.
Also, when you come out of a merge. Yeah, also worth noting though, if you fail that tornado rod, you lose like 30 seconds at least.
Yeah. It's very easy to, like, lose concentration in this cave. Like, I've been just, like, walking around and missed one of my tornado rods before.
Yeah, it's one of those auto scrollers you can't like completely tune out of.
He's gotta go all the way here just to take a portal and grab a heart piece over here.
Yeah, one of the hard parts with this game is we have a lot of good ways of getting distance vertically, but not really horizontally.
Yeah. Like, you can use the same tornado rod lifting trick I did and, like, get onto the little wall. But there's just no way to, like, cross the gap to actually get to the heart piece early. I have looked for one.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we would all love for there to be one. Yeah, no, this game would probably be all sorts of different kinds of broken if we had ways to glitch movement horizontally.
Yeah. Alright, another gold rupee here. Dodge that snowball. Alright, just one more bit of waiting for platforms. If you have any, like, host announcements or anything, this would be a great time.
We've still got our donation matching in progress. We currently got 45 out of the $250 of both of the donation matches. So again, every dollar that you donate is actually multiplied by 3 right now, which is incredible, thanks to the generation from Ravio and an anonymous donator. Don't forget about the raffle for the My Collection wallpaper. You can see that if you use !schedule. There's a picture of that in the schedule. And we still have the IL Showcase poll, and it is tied. Swamp Palace has $35. It's doing its best. Ice Ruins is at $320, and Desert Palace is at $320. Literally something as small as $1, which every donation counts, whether it's $250, $5, $1, all of it goes towards Planned Parenthood, and that's what matters. And that $1 could also go towards Planned Parenthood and decide which IL that we will be doing after this run. We have until the end of the run before we have to finalize that. We can do the Desert Palace, which is very cool. We could also do the Ice Palace, which Minnie loves. Yeah, and Liz in chat also loves. So yes, please get your donations in. They will be matched, and yeah, we're going to keep raising money for Planned Parenthood. Thank you so much, everyone, for your generosity.
Alright, speaking of Ice Ruins, I am right here. I'm about to show you why I love this dungeon. If you want to see even more of what you're about to see, wait for that Hundo showcase.
Definitely, and you're gonna want to see the route that Minnie recently discovered for it, which is a massive improvement over whatever I was doing a few years back.
Alright, so this big moving platform is going to be my key to get out of bounds here. And then I can go down here, do a dash slide to get on top of this chest. If I can open it. And when you're standing on top of a chest, or if you're hugging a wall, the game does not update where you should respawn. So I'm going to void out, and I'm going to spawn right back where I was at the elevator. That's going to let me clip out again. Do that exact same clip, but this time I go here, land down here, and suddenly I'm in the boss arena. I throw some fireballs, and the boss is dead, and I've completed the dungeon. So if you'd like to see a lot more of that, it is in the IO.
Yes. And due to that trick, there's a lot of flexibility in what order you do things when.
Yeah. Also, yeah, so I just got the stamina scroll, and when you get that, it actually fixes the stamina bar. it actually functions properly until you load a new area, which I'm doing right now, and then it breaks again. So you just had your, like, 20 seconds of stamina bar working, and they're gone. So it does actually show up in the corner of the screen now, but it just doesn't work. It's, like, frozen.
Yeah, many mysteries on why it works that way.
Alright, just coming to this area to get a few things. The only reason I'm really coming here at this point in the run is because it gives me a free portal from low roll back to high roll. Secret cave here. And then here is the only Mai that's inside a cave.
Yeah.
And a heart piece. Right, heading towards Skull Woods now. Next dungeon. Just gonna collect some stuff in Kakariko on the way.
Yeah, for those of you interested in ILs, the 100% IL in Skull Woods, I'm pretty sure is just currently a one try I did a while back, just for the sake of doing it.
Nice.
I mean, it was pretty solid for a one try.
Yeah.
But it's also not really that much different than normal Skull Woods, so...
Yeah, Skull Woods is like the most linear dungeon. Except
Yeah.
maybe, Thieves' Hideout.
We have a new donation goal, which is $4,500.63, which is from Rapid Fire 2024. And we also have another donation from, it's $78 from Liz the Wizard, parentheses, had to make it to get to an even $333 total from me. 250 plus 5 plus 78, exclamation point, D400. And that puts Ice Ruins into the lead over Desert Palace. Ice Ruins is at $398, Desert Palace is at $320.
Nice. Thanks, Liz.
Yeah. You know, it'll be very nice to see Ice Ruins.
Okay, Skull
Yeah,
Woods.
make sure you get that weather vein on the way out.
Yeah. That one is one I'm actually supposed to get on the way out.
Makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, this dungeon is pretty much just playing through as intended. There's going to be a few time saves, but largely just dodging enemies.
Yeah. I will say it does have visually one of the funniest glitches in the game.
Is that the boss skip?
I was gonna say eye duping.
Yeah, they both look fun. Yeah, that is going to be like the one trick, really, that I do.
Well, also, yeah, you don't get to do boss skip here, sadly.
No. Alright, so yeah, this dungeon is just going back into the overworld and then down, up and down many times.
Yeah.
try to dodge these enemies. They're really in my way right now.
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges of Skullwoods is enemy RNG can kind of just lose you time, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of RNG time loss you can't do anything about, this room we might see a really good example of that.
Yes, this is called the party room. Because there are these enemies in here and they're really having a party. Yeah, they'd love to get in your way. Yeah, I can't go for this. So I want to dodge this enemy.
Yeah. So, yeah, fun fact
Oh,
about the
oops.
Floor Masters
That's not good.
is that whenever you merge, that they always...
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that was... You probably...
I did not
You
deserve
probably
to
only
live
had a
there.
few... No, you did not. You maybe only had a few frames of leeway there.
If you tornado rod up when that hand is like above you, it'll grab you and take you out of the dungeon. Or take you like back to the start. I
Well, it
got
takes you
very
back
lucky.
to where your last overworld entry was.
Yeah.
If it took you back to the start of the dungeon, that'd really suck.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, good example of enemy iframes there.
Right, here's a bit of respawn manip, so your respawn location doesn't get updated on or under those platforms. So I just stand next to the door, grab the key, void out, and I respawn next to it again.
Yeah, and I guess a fun little thing you can encounter with that is that if you are too slow to do that, you can actually get grabbed, and the time it takes for Link to open the locked door to before Link goes through it.
Alright, here is the one trick that I'm going to be doing in this dungeon, is eyeball duping. So, when you throw the eyeball on the ground, or when you throw it, the like hitbox to pick up the eyeball like stays in front of Link, so you can throw it into the eye socket thing, and then pick it up again like at the same time as it lands, and then use the same eyeball for both of the switches.
Yeah. It's a very lenient trick too, as long as you get your positioning correct.
Yeah, you just have to like know how it works, because it's really easy to like just think that you can just throw it in, but you have to like specifically throw it in front of the thing and then pick it up and throw it again. But as long as you know to do that, it's easy. That doesn't actually save that much time, because you see I just walked past the upper eyeball anyway. So I need to grab that chest. But it skips me having to bring it back.
Yeah, bringing back that second eyeball, if you want to see that second eyeball get brought back, I guess go support Glitchless. It's a cool category.
If you mess it up, you can just grab that second eye, you'd go right past it anyway. In any percent, that's a much bigger detour. But since I need that chest anyway, I'm going right past it. Okay, boss. This boss is very easy to skip, but I do need the heart container, so I will just be fighting it.
Fortunately, it is also a very easy fight.
Yes.
Like, of the bosses you actually have to fight, it's probably the easiest.
Yeah.
I have two questions from chat. One is, are you hardcore screwed if you mess up that trick, or is the other eye close?
Yeah, the other eye's right there,
Well,
if you mess up.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
the other
also...
eye's-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the other eye's on the way back, and the escort isn't too bad.
And also, how long is Glitchless, Flora?
The current Mini's current world record there, because Mini holds most of the world records in this game, is a 209, but I'm second with a high 213.
Yeah, just a bit over 2 hours. Okay. Dead boss.
Yeah, I would say the average glitchless run is probably close to, is like a bit under 2.5 hours for most people that submit times. But the glitchless boards are also very, it's a very underran category.
Yeah. And I can definitely improve my PB in that a bit as well. So I'm pretty sure in my glitchless PB, I actually got caught by the hand in party room in this dungeon. I lost like 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's like, I think the main note on your run that I see, because I watch it quite a bit to try to figure out how to improve my own PB. Which I guess was world record at the time. And if you also like Swamp Palace, Glitchless Swamp is really cool.
Yeah, Swamp is maybe my favorite dungeon in Glitchless, honestly. It's really fun.
Yeah. It's also like one of the few dungeons you actually get an interesting trick in.
Yeah. Yeah, while all the tricks in this game are really fun and cool, but one of the things they do is cut out a lot of dungeon content, so Glitchless is really fun for that. Because, like, the Overworld stuff is pretty similar to, like, any percent, but you just do way more stuff in dungeons.
Yeah. And the dungeons are all still fairly short. Like, in the dungeons we skip the most of are all really fun and glitchless.
I don't know if you have the chat open for the stream, but you're being asked some questions by Liz.
Oh, I do not. Can you forward those questions to me?
Why is
Yeah.
Swamp your favorite in Glitchless? What's the interesting trick?
So, there's this, like, kind of a mini-boss that isn't the actual mini-boss of 4 very annoying enemies. Well, most of the enemies in Swamp are annoying, but you can kind of just skip that mini-boss with a precise dash.
Yeah, and then there's also a room where you do like a really precise bow shot to hit a switch earlier than you're supposed to.
Yeah, that bow shot is really tough on the original 3DS because the screen is so tiny.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I'm spoiled by my XL.
Yeah, I've been running this game for years on my original 3DS.
A golden sword. Fully upgraded Master Sword. Speaking of Swamp Palace, that is the next dungeon we're heading to. After just a few things here.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally you're supposed to bring a big bomb here to drain this water to enter the dungeon, but I can do a trick called an Ice Rod Clip to get there early. And those are going to be very handy in the dungeon as well.
Yes, Ice Rod clipping is probably one of the most satisfying tricks in this game when it works.
Yeah.
It can also get very frustrating when it doesn't.
And then there's another one right here. And let me get up here. Oop, okay. Don't know how I jumped that way. Just need to land on this ledge, like, kind of half out of bounds still. There you go. So I wanted to get down here early. Grab this key, and then I can head towards this dungeon's item, which is the blue mail. I'm gonna cut my damage in half.
Yeah, it's also just a very nice shade of blue.
Yeah. I'm gonna be wearing this blue for basically the rest of the run. There is one more upgrade to the tunic, but it is in the final dungeon, so I only have it for like a few minutes. I'm slightly low on rupees here, but I should be fine to skip that gold rupee. I hope.
Well, fortunately there's other golds if you really need them.
Yeah, I have backups. It's fine. Anyway, and then one more Ice Rod Cloak to get straight to the boss. Oops.
Yeah, this boss is pretty straightforward, but can also just troll you by just not activating the second phase right away.
Nice.
Very clean fight.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, this is another boss that, in like any percent, it's possible to skip. But we do need the heart container. Sub 2 hour swamp house. Alright, now, Pounce was asking earlier about baseball. I am now heading towards the baseball minigame. After I do just a few more things first. So here is another cave where you're supposed to bring the big bomb to get into it. But I can do, if I can get it, a fire rod boost to get up. Oops. To get up.
It's definitely one of the more annoying fire rod boosts, I feel.
Get up onto this ledge and then line up, and I can dash to kind of clip behind that rock and get into the cave. One more water mine mode. And then head into Octoball.
Yeah. The baseball minigame is very fun. And I also feel like it's one of those things I've seen very polarizing opinions on.
Yeah. So you need to get 100 rupees to get the prize. I'm gonna try to just get as many as I can, since I am a bit low on rupees. Basically my strat for this is, if you hit 3 pots in a row, then this Gwei will spawn, and that gives you 20 rupees. So I want to just basically spawn as many of those as I can. And if I hit the crabs, then all of the pots will respawn.
Yeah, then I guess if you hit the gold pot, you do get 5 rupees, but it can definitely be hard to hit at times, so...
Yeah. It's much more worth to go
The
for
crows
those
are
ways.
more important.
Yeah. I'm trying to hit this crab right now, but I just cannot seem to. I really would like to hit it. Okay, let's go for the other one, I guess. There you go. Now I have my pots back. Okay, cannot hit that pot, I guess. Alright, I would have liked a few more rupees,
Yeah.
but that should be fine. Hopefully. And I say hopefully that should be fine. Like, the reason I don't know that's going to be fine is I'm about to have to do Rupee Rush again, but in low roll. And Rupee Rush is very random with how many rupees you get. So that's going to just decide if I have enough or not.
Yeah, Laurel Rupee Rush has quite a lot of variants. Or like, if you're lucky, you'll get a lot of rupees.
Yeah. In theory, I have pretty much the perfect amount of rupees right now, but it's gonna just depend how many I get here. So hopefully I get 150 rupees here, then I'm fine. If I get any fewer, then I'm gonna need some backups. 150 before the 3 times multiplier.
Yeah.
Ooh, that purple is really good. If I get the purple, I should be fine. Dude. Purple. Okay, the purple did not want to spawn. This might be bad then.
Yeah, you're a little low.
Oh, I'm fine. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so that
Never
bond that's
mind.
like spinning out rupees is guaranteed to spit out a purple, but it just didn't do it until too late. But luckily I got just enough rupees anyway. Now I'm going to do a trick with this enemy. I want to lure it over this direction.
Yeah, then... Yeah, the reason Mini has to alternate between Hookshot and Sandrod is that, like, you can't use the same stun item multiple times to just keep pushing the enemy back.
Yeah. Alright, so I push that guy into that corner, and then his collision, like, kind of gets me stuck in the corner and lets me hookshot through that fence. And that skips having to pay 200 rupees for this big bomb, which is very nice. It's also just faster than having to go in and buy it.
Yeah, the cutscene to buy it is a bit slow.
Okay, I'm out of here. And this is where the kind of end game begins, is what I'd say. So I'm about to head to the Treacherous Tower, which, if you guys know Twilight Princess, this is like the Cave of Ordeals of this game. It's a bunch of enemy fights. Oops. I'm gonna have to do 5 floors of enemies, and then 15, and then 50. I'm getting owned by these enemies right now, what the hell?
Yeah, this is a case where we're very glad to have Blue Mail.
Yeah. Alright, it's gonna be a while of enemy fighting now. Okay. So yeah, easy difficulty is, well, pretty easy. I think it's called beginner. There's only 5 floors of the weakest enemies in the game, really. Now the enemy, like, starting positions are always the same, but with these, like, small enemies, the way they move is just random, so there's a lot of reacting, at least at the start here. And here I'm gonna try and group a bunch together, and stun them with the hammer. And then, Burger. Burger now dies in 1 hit. And then every time you beat one of the levels, you get a bunch of rupees. You need to grab all of these. Okay, I can miss one, that's fine. "21 seconds is really good. That might be my best ever for the easy level." Alright, intermediate. These enemies are gonna fly towards me. I'm gonna use that to my advantage. And then here I can flip these guys over with either the Tornado Rod or the hammer. Nice, got all of them in one.
Yeah, that's very lucky. Very nice bounce into the door.
Yeah. And then this one, these enemies are stupid. They hit each other into the void. And here I'm gonna use a bomb and Tornado Rod to stun these guys, and then blow up their mask. I can just hit them easily. And then this was kind of stupid, I just spam hits and hope they like come towards me. That was pretty good though.
Yeah, definitely. The Gibdos can be tough.
And this floor is also annoying. That was decent though.
Yeah, the Cyclops enemies just take so many hits.
Okay. Fire Rod is good against those guys because it actually like extends upwards high enough to hit them even when they're flying. Huh? And this guy just dies in 2 hits now. Doesn't even get a chance to swing his ball around. And here, Tornado to stun these guys. Well, at least try to stun them. Oh my god, this guy's invincible. Okay. Right, so for doing intermediate, you get a piece of heart, which is very convenient because it gives me a health refill going into advanced. Because when you have full health, you get sword beams, and I really would love to keep my sword beams throughout this. There are like a few floors where sword beams save a lot of time here, but it is pretty hard to avoid taking damage in some floors, especially with the just random enemy movement with the small enemies.
Yeah, Mini is doing a really good job here of making Treacherous Tower seem not that difficult, when it is in fact rather difficult to do it quickly.
It takes a lot of practice. I actually had been doing, like, not very well at it, and then I was practicing it today and I got my best ever one. So, I guess I'm good again now. We'll see how it goes here.
You got it like right before this run too.
Yeah, I just did like a few practice ones, like a few hours ago, and just randomly got my best ever. Yeah, these floors, just a mix of, like, practiced strats and then just random, like, reacting to enemies. This floor is the worst. These guys fly around completely randomly. Still another guy. There's still another guy. Okay. Yeah, they love to just go inside the walls.
Yeah, then here we can figure out which ones are the enemies because they have a slightly bigger shadow.
Yeah. Those rupee ones do also spawn in the same place every time, which is nice.
Yeah.
Don't have to react to that one. Alright, 10 floors done. And then every 10 floors in this you get a health refill, which is nice. But you get fewer hearts every time. Okay, these 10 floors are where I would really love to keep my sword beams for a while. But these first 3 floors here are full of random enemies that move around. Like this one, particularly, is really hard to consistently not get hit. As they are shooting everywhere. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, especially since we don't really get shield until the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think this next floor is where I really want my sword beams. Yeah. So these jellyfish enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, the Baris.
So you see, when they're electrocuted, I can still hit them with the sword beams, which is just so much nicer than having to wait for them to stop. Alright, and then here I'm actually taking damage on purpose. So I want to do a strat. So these enemies, they move based on like where you're holding your control stick. So basically, like, follow Link's movement. But even if you void out and you don't have control of Link, they still follow where your stick is going. So I void out to make them walk into that corner, and then when I respawn, I'm just right next to all of them, and can kill them instantly.
Yeah, speaking of Link's joystick movement, one of the most questionable decisions in this game is Link's movement is actually slightly offset from what you're inputting on the joystick.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Like, you get used to it, but like it's very noticeable if you're playing on like emulator with a keyboard.
Oops. You can see now why these enemies are very annoying if they are electrocuted. How did that guy not die? Okay, that was not very good, but that's fine. Oh, I actually took too much damage. I will not have sword beams here. That kind of sucks.
Unlucky.
It's not the biggest deal for these floors, though. There's one floor that I would like to have them, but it doesn't matter that much.
have a message in chat from Pippi in a top hat that says, Minnie, I'm so glad you're back on Twitch.
Me too. Yeah, I was suspended from Twitch for some reason,
That's rude.
but I'm back.
You were so good they thought you were TAS.
Yeah. I know Variety was very stressed out and tried to find a replacement run. But it's okay. I'm here. Don't worry. We got some more archers here that are gonna kill each other. And these guys take a lot of hits, but you can just knock them into the void. It's much faster than trying to actually kill them. Okay, this floor is pretty annoying. Oh, I was supposed to have fire on there. Oops. Okay. Sure. Not quite how that was supposed to go, but it works. And this floor is another case of ghosts go wherever the hell they want. No, I'm just trying to find... See? There you go, okay. Very annoying floor there. Okay, not having sword beams here is actually fine. Is there actually a floor coming up where I specifically do not want sword beams, because it's going to mess me up. So it's actually fine that I'm not at full health right now. Yeah, this floor, there's a bunch of these, I forget what they're called, these enemies.
Yeah.
And if I had sword
That
beams...
is a good question. I don't entirely remember what they're called yet.
I know what they're called, I can't remember right now. They're,
Yeah.
Igors? Is that right?
I think so, yeah. They're Igor statues.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys, they will go back to sleep after you hit them a certain number of times. And if I hit them with my sword beams, which do less damage, they will go to sleep before I want them to. Well, I don't want them to at all. So yeah, having sword beams there is not good. And this floor I'm gonna just basically run in a circle and try to get all these guys. Either kill them or just get them to jump in the void. And then another floor where sword beams are good against these guys. Kill the small ones. And then the most difficult floor in the game. Right, almost done. 5 more floors.
Yeah.
Don't forget, as we approach the end of these floors and the end of the run, we have the poll still open for the IL Showcase. Ice Ruins is $78 ahead of the Desert Palace, and Swamp Palace is there as well. It's doing its best. We also have the raffle for the My Collection wallpaper. You'll get a preview of that wallpaper here in a few minutes when we turn in all the My. And you can see it if you use !schedule in the chat. Yeah, all your money goes towards Planned Parenthood, and every dollar donated right now is actually $3. We have $177 left of our 3 times donation match.
Yes. Donating is very good, especially right now.
Yes, shout out to Planned Parenthood.
Right, we are at the final floor. Burger. But this time,
Oh,
Burger
purple.
has more health. Yes.
Eggplant burger.
And also does a lot more damage.
Yeah. Nice. Finish.
Yeah, there's one of those at the end of the run in Glitchless, and it can get very scary very quickly.
Okay, that was not the greatest Treacherous Tower ever, but it was fine, I think. Okay, so, my new best that I got earlier today was 5 minutes and 49 seconds. This one was 6 minutes and 8 seconds, so 19 seconds behind my best. That's not too bad. I will definitely take it. So yeah, that gave me the Super Lamp, the upgraded lamp, which does the same damage as the Master Sword.
Well, the fully upgraded Master Sword.
Yeah. Does it still do that much damage even if you haven't upgraded the Master Sword?
I'm pretty sure.
That's cool. I just kind of assumed it like took your sword damage.
I don't know if that's it. Because I'm pretty sure from Rando, when I haven't had Gold Sword, Super Lamp is still insane for the Uganon fight.
Yeah, okay. I believe it. Alright. B guy.
Yeah.
It didn't really
So,
mention it
yeah,
earlier, but when I was, like, after Skullwoods, I went and bought a golden bee from this guy for 888 rupees. And I can turn it into the bee guy for the bee badge.
Yeah, also worth noting, we kind of have to buy it from that guy in Skull Woods, because the trigger for gold bees to spawn naturally is talking to Bee Guy and getting the net from him.
Yeah, so for gold bees to spawn, you have to go to him once, get the net, and then you have to catch a bee, give it to him, and only then will gold bees start spawning. Which I didn't realize when I started making my tasks, so oops. I might be losing time in my tasks because of that. Okay, we're back at the shop for one final visit. Because beating Treacherous Tower gave me loads of rupees, and I'm going to use these rupees to buy all of the items. I need to make sure I actually buy this one instead of renting it. Otherwise I'd be down 50
Yeah.
rupees.
Yeah, then buying the bow here is really irritating.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually talk to this Ravio, and then try and buy the bow. There you go.
Yeah, very nice. Ravio can just block you, and it can get really irritating really quickly. Which Ravio is the real Ravio? Both of them are very real.
Yeah. What a terrible thing to ask. Right now, Ravio is going to be very excited that I bought all the items. Let's see, I have 30 rupees left. Perfect rupee routing. There are still some things that I'm going to need rupees for, but we'll
Yeah.
see that. See how I'm going to deal with that in a bit. So now I've bought all of the items, I have to go upgrade all of the items, but I'm still missing one Mai. Oh, here it is.
Oh look, it's right there.
This used to be the first one you get in the run, and then I rerouted it a little bit, and now it's the last one. Okay, this is gonna take a while, so any host stuff, please go ahead. You have like 5 minutes.
Boy. Well, I don't know if I have 5 minutes. I probably can't. But yeah, just want to like hammer home the 3-time donation match that we have going on right now. If you donate $1, you're actually donating $3 towards Planned Parenthood. And you know, just to reinforce what we're here for. Planned Parenthood is incredible. They are one of the best organizations. They provide birth control, hormone therapies, STI treatments. They do such incredible work in sexual and reproductive health in ways that are invaluable in underserved communities, especially. And in times like these, where their funding is always threatened, where people are always trying to get in the way, events like this, donations like this, whether it be $250 or $50 or $5 or $1, it all matters. It all makes a difference. And you know, those donations will go towards the raffle for the My Collection wallpaper that we're seeing right now. Look at all the little guys. And of course, the IL Showcase. Ice Ruins are ahead by $78, but you can change that if you would like. I know we have people here rooting for Ice Ruins, but Desert Palace could surge here near the end. I believe in you.
I would love to see Swamp Palace win.
Yes, get
Yes.
Swamp Palace to win. Like, Desert Palace is at 320, Ice Ruins is at 398, Swamp Palace is at 35. And so if we can get Swamp Palace to win, imagine that would be so much money going towards Planned Parenthood if Swamp Palace won, I'm just saying. So you'll be able to do
Yeah.
it for the bit and do it for a good cause.
Exactly.
And Swamp is what I've been running, so you'll get insight from 2 people who are very familiar with the new routing. And plus, you can hear me talk about the old route and the ways that it was slower compared to what Mini discovered.
Yep. Alright, we're about halfway through upgrading these items. If I do love this category so much, but if there is one complaint I have, it's that this endgame drags on a little bit. Especially with this split, buying all the items and then upgrading them. But once we get
Yeah.
past
We just-
this, we get back to the
It's just
action.
It's an opportunity to show off all the Mai.
It is every single one of them.
They're all precious creatures of God.
Yeah, they're all. I really love the music here.
It's nice, yeah.
There's like singing in the background of this music, and it threw me off because it almost it's kind of muffled, and it sounds very similar to the creak that my chair makes when I lean back. And I was like, but I'm sitting still.
I want that chair. I want my chair to sing at me.
All right. A question from the chat from Pippi and a Top Hat. Minnie, which Mai is your favorite?
Ooh, okay, so you see... on the left, there's like the rows of Mai, right? Go to like the 4th row down, and the one on the right. There's like 2 there.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
That's Gerald, I believe.
I think that's right.
Well, I mean, fun fact. After you return all the Mai, you can leave it and come back. And I think if you talk to Mother Mai, all of them but one will leave.
Really?
And then you just, yeah.
I've never done that.
And in like the text box is like, I think it's like 63rd Mai or something. It's just like,
That's funny. Okay,
Anyways, yeah, great
done.
spin. Insanely busted.
Did it! Oh yeah, the great spin is wild in this game.
Yeah, we're gonna see the great spin, don't you worry. It's insane. But for now, you may remember, I still actually have a dungeon to do. I went and activated the Turtle Rock Weather Vane way earlier, but never actually beat the dungeon. And that's because... a few reasons, but one, having the great spin is really good here, and also just upgraded items. And also, you kind of have to make 2 trips here anyway, regardless of what you do, so it's fine to just delay this until now. So you see the Ice Rod is going to drop 4 at once now, which is pretty handy.
Makes most Ice Rod clips very difficult, if not impossible.
Yeah, but luckily, I do not have to do any clips. Just destroy these enemies with the Ice Rod. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a gold rupee down here. The hookshot. And then there are these 4 Wizrobe enemies, and they're gonna each, if I defeat all 4 of them, it's gonna spawn the Hylian Shield chest, which is the item I need from this dungeon. So just going around this floor, killing all the enemies. And the last one is just here.
Yeah, that Wizrobe is, you might remember her from any percent where she helps you do Bosky skip. But now that we have nice bombs, it makes Bosky skip so much easier.
Yes.
Because otherwise it is frame perfect.
I always forget to do my Ice Rod equip here. There you go. Yeah, so in any percent you use the Wizrobe's like flame attack to help you do a Tornado Rod like clip through the ground. But because we kill that enemy, we can't do that. But luckily Nice Bombs make that pretty easy. If you use regular bombs, that trick would be frame perfect. So that's kind of the main reason that we want the upgraded items here. Just so that trick isn't insanely difficult.
Yeah, and back in the day, well before I ran this game, that actually used to be how you had to do Turtle Rock Bombs to get the frame perfect method.
Yeah. Luckily there are better ways
Fortunately,
now.
Fortunately, we've discovered alternatives to every frame perfect trick in the run.
Wait. You guys like Grace Spin? Oops. Did not mean to get hit there. That was bad. So yeah, I've done 2 Grace Spins and 2 slashes, and this guy is dead. So yeah, Grace Spin, pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and if you like Great Spin, don't worry. You're gonna see a whole lot of it soon.
Yep. Okay, that is the last Lurel dungeon, my final stage. So this is a cutscene that is skipped in any percent. So if you do Thieves' Hideout last, that is the one dungeon that is intended to be impossible to do last. So if you do it last, which is possible with glitches, the game gets confused and ends up skipping this cutscene. But like we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
trying to route that for Hundo, it's possible, but it's so slow if you try to do that.
Slow.
It's worth to just watch the cutscene.
So, regarding your question about grape spin, we don't have grapes in this game, but we do have apples. And you can spin the net and put the apples in a bottle.
That is true. I didn't know that until I did it by accident recently. You could put an apple in a bottle. You can also put a heart drop in a bottle.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure the staircase does still spawn in any percent. We just have no reason to go up there.
Yeah, it does. You can, like, walk into the collision by accident. I wonder what happens if he gets
It
the
does not
top.
turn into apple juice. It's just an apple in a bottle.
Yeah, you guys don't put your apples in bottles. Okay, so we beat the dungeon, but I actually have to go back.
Yeah, there's one more item in here that we need for Hundo.
I've just taken these portal things.
That's a neat little movement optimization I'll have to pick up.
Oops. Okay, and then we exit the dungeon here, because there is a Harpies. Wow.
Now we have all the heart containers.
Yep.
Wahoo.
20 hearts. And I am heading back to Treacherous Tower, because I'm actually not done here. You have to beat the advanced one twice. But this time, all of my items are upgraded, I have the Grey Spin, it goes by a lot faster, there's a lot of different strats.
Yeah.
So it's not just the same thing again. It's actually more interesting. As you see, Grey Spin is kind of busted.
Yeah, because Great Spin does 4 times the damage of the Gold Master Sword.
Oops.
And as you can see, has an insanely wide hitbox.
Yeah, it covers basically the whole room, except it misses the corners a little bit. Also, my Tornado Rod does damage now.
And plus, we also need a few thousand more rupees anyway, so
Yeah,
Treacherous Tower is pretty handy.
and then these Poe enemies that were so annoying before, dead. Before they get a chance to run away. This floor is just the same though. Not really, because the Great Spin doesn't do anything until you spawn the enemies. So yeah, this one is it's a lot simpler than the first trip. So hopefully less opportunity for time loss.
Yeah. Great Spin Gober.
Yep. Right, penguins? Dead penguins. Soul beams are still good here. Oops. Never mind.
Yeah. Nice thing with Great Spin is it doesn't care about the electricity.
Yeah. 420 already. Making quick progress. Hello. Die. And then these, the upgraded Ice Rod is really good against these guys. Just covers so much area in the sky and kills them instantly.
This is Treacherous Tower.
Yeah. Treacherous. Can you not tell by how treacherous it looks?
I, for one, am terrified.
Yeah, like they have the axes on the wall and the enemies in the stands.
Yeah. These enemies are still faster to just knock into the void instead of trying to quick spin them. Well, great spin.
Yeah, they have some ridiculously large number for their health.
I have here a $20 donation from Anonymous
Oh my God.
that says, "She planned my parenthood till I, also thank you for my HRT PPM, less than 3."
Oh my god. How? Okay. These ghost
Great
balls
spin is
suck.
nice there.
Yeah. Enemies still like to get away, but at least I can hit them through the walls. Big scary circle of enemies. Gone.
It's just the fire rod looks like that because it's really hot honey, actually.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you think the bees make in this game?
They make me very upset when they don't give me the beacons. No. Despawned right as I got to him. And this guy... knock him into the void again. Like 10 more falls. Alright, still the hardest floor. Right, one more floor after this. Just knock these guys in again. Oh, that didn't work. Oops. I thought I hit him far enough. And then 2 Grey Spins will kill this guy. I try not to get knocked into the void. Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
That was decent. It was not the best, but it was decent. And then Grey Spin also lets me collect all of these rupees very easily.
And if you are a fan of text mashing, you will be very excited for this last thing we have to do.
Yeah. 427. Surprised I lost that much time with a 427. I guess my best is better than I thought it was. Alright, we got one more collectible to go get before heading to the final dungeon. Alright, this cave that I opened the entrance to way earlier, but then didn't actually go into. This is the Great Rupee Fairy. The fairy likes money. She likes rupees, she wants lots of them, 3,000 of them.
And you can only put 200 at a time.
Yep.
You're donating to the Great Ruby Fairy like people can donate to Planned Parenthood of America?
This is true.
Exactly. And they can also just like how people can still donate for the ILs.
Yeah.
Yes, we currently have Swamp Palace at $35, Ice Ruins at $418, and Desert Palace at $320.
Yeah, also worth noting, Minnie is standing in the position he is, so he can, like, throw in the rupees faster.
Yeah, it's really weird, so instead of like pressing A to interact with it, you interact, like the text comes up when you stand on like the little rupee symbol thing on the ground. So every time I have to like step out of it and then step back in. It's like actually really hard to optimize it. Got like 5 more to do, I think.
Yeah, because...
We actually
the
just-
Great Fairies do have cute outfits in this game.
Yeah.
We just opened up a new bid war for Wind Waker, which will be the next game after this. You know, we like to, there's a long-standing tradition in speedrunning of bid wars to save or kill, you know, Metroid, Super Metroid, save or kill the animals. We have our very own save or kill bid war for Wind Waker. You can donate your money to save or kill the grandma.
What?
You should save the grandma. Go donate to save the grandma.
Yeah. Okay, empty bottle for 3,000 rupees. What a steal. Okay, that is everything.
Yeah.
To Lurel Castle.
Time for the dungeon that I've probably sank the most amount of hours into, running ILs.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a collectible I have to get in this dungeon, the red mail. So I'm gonna do a trick with a dash slide to get a small key early. Right after this, get this guy out of the way. get onto this rail, and open this chest. And then I'm going to do a bomb rod trick to skip up to the next floor. I'm going to throw this onto the gap between these statues.
And yeah, and I guess fun little fact about this dungeon, on the second floor, there's a glitch involving merging that's incredibly precise that you can actually hit somewhat, quote-unquote, easier than normal on accident if you're like running the 100% IL. And I know this because I have hit it more than once. And it's really funny because you just merge into a completely different wall than the one you like actually try to merge to. And thankfully we have not found any practical use for that glitch because it is like frame and position perfect. Anyways, yeah, trial skip. Nice bombs makes this so much nicer because otherwise it would be frame perfect, and that is a pain.
Yep. Okay. So you do a bomb damage boost thing using that rock to get a jump, and you can get out of bounds and skip the trials. And now, the super lamp that I got before is going to actually come in handy here.
Yeah. Because the super lamp does not recoil when you hit Yuganon with it, which makes this fight go very quickly.
Oh. That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's like the one thing you don't want Yuganon to do.
Okay, not too bad. So yeah, this fight is terrifying in any percent. In Hundo, it's pretty trivial.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, then here we get to play tennis. And by holding forward, you can make the tennis go a little quicker.
Yep. And then we get the Bow of Light here, the only item you can use while merged. It's gonna help defeat Yuganon.
And you can only use it in this room. If you use it anywhere else, it'll crash the game.
Yep. Ow. Did not expect that to hit me. I felt like I was far enough away, but sure.
Yeah.
And then great spin.
And there we get a nice little visual bug of the light arrow continuing. And it may have looked like that great spin missed, but don't worry, that great spin did in fact hit.
Hey.
Very clean tennis.
Yeah, not bad. And then one more use of the Bow of Light. And then the Great Spin is going to allow me to do a 2-cycle here. Just 2 more Great Spins. And GG, he's dead. Okay, there's just a little bit. I have to go through some text and then go get the Triforce, but that is the end of the run. So yeah, timing is going to end when I press A to grab the Triforce here in a little bit. Okay. That is world record by 1 second.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. Then he just got world record. Well,
Oh,
Wow.
that's gonna be easy to verify.
holy crap.
Wow. Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah,
What the hell?
I'll retime it for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll have to retime it for you, but yeah, this will be really easy to verify.
I was like staring at I have my splits up and I'm like staring at the timer while walking to the end. I'm like, is this world record? It's so close. It is by one
Yeah.
single second.
Yeah, I pulled up stream just so I could have chat open, and I like decided to look, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're doing really good.
Yeah. I'm pretty
I was
happy
wondering
with
whether
that.
was it the immediate like call for time, and now it makes total sense.
Right, sorry, I completely forgot. Time.
No, you're good. No, no.
Yeah, I was too focused on pressing A correctly at the end. If I missed that A, then I lose world record. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the showcase, and there's still gonna be some more with the Bid War.
Yeah. And that is the Ice Palace.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to just turn off my game for a sec while I set up my file. I kind of forgot to do this. Actually, how
While
am I
you
gonna...
get that, while you get that set up, we also
That's
have another bid war opened up for the upcoming Pokemon Champions run, which is the odd man out for Coco's team. Where you get to choose a Pokemon for the team. You get to choose between Ghost, the Gengar, please, 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 the King Gambit, Grumptilda, the Sizor, or Thumberto, the Lucario. So we have that bid war open. We also have Save or Kill the Grandma open for Wind Waker.
Okay. Ice Ruins. Actually, no, that's the wrong file. Trying to remember how I set up my IL files. This should be the right one. Also, I haven't really practiced this, so this isn't going to be as good as the run, but hopefully I can still show it off well enough. Okay, I'm ready to go. So when I go in here, there's going to be like a little Triforce in the corner of the screen. When that disappears, that's going to be when time begins. Okay, so there's going to be time right now. So yeah, 100% IL. I have to get all of the chests, get the mini-boss and the boss for the heart container. Fortunately, I missed a
And
little
all
cycle.
the small keys,
Yes.
because not all small keys are in chests.
Okay, so I clip out there, and I'm going to go this way to get to this area early. Hit this switch so I can go around to this chest. Grab the boss key down here. And then just wait for the elevator to take me up again. Couple chests down here. And then I'm going to do another clip, but on a different floor to usual, so hopefully I can get it. Cool, so I clip there, and it takes me...
I did not know you could clip there.
Yeah, it takes me straight to the stamina scroll, which is pretty cool. Instead of having to go up another floor to the place we normally clip. And then I'm going to do a dash slide here, to land on top of this chest, and then hopefully dash off the edge and respawn back at the top.
Yeah, very lucky there.
And down here. Hit these switches. And then here is a scoop fruit. A scoop fruit lets you leave a dungeon. So there's not much else for me to do here, so I'm just out of here. I want to be back at the top. So, there we go. Now I'm gonna do the clip again. Oops. Try that again. Now I go this way. There's a chest here. And then I can drop down, pull this lever. And that's gonna put this platform here. The cutscene's a little messed up because I didn't hit it once earlier that I was supposed to.
Yeah.
And then Big Penguin. This is the mini-boss that I have to defeat for the Warp Portal. Right, and then I'm going to actually take the warp to go back and do some more shenanigans. Actually, I'm not going to clip again yet, because I have to go this way. It's like the only area left of the dungeon that I haven't done. It's like almost at the end of the run already. Head down here, chest here. I'm not supposed to dash there. Actually, I want this. Boomerang this key. Save a tiny bit of time.
Interesting. Learning new things, since I will admit I have not yet watched your world record here.
Yeah, I came up with that pretty late into running it. Like, I did a lot of runs before I had that idea. And then... oops. There is a key here that I want to grab. There you go. And then one more clip. And this is going to be the same one I did in the run to get to the boss. And when you do this strat, it does actually technically count as defeating the boss, so I'm not going to have to actually fight him. That is allowed. So I've done that, grab the heart container, and time's going to end when the screen fades to white here. And time. Alright.
GG.
Yeah. A 4:30. That's... yeah, that's pretty good for just a random run.
That's only 10 seconds off of my PB.
It's nearly 20, but yeah.
Oh, is it? I guess I forgot what my PB was.
Yeah. Yeah, your PB is 4:20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, hope you guys
It was not
enjoyed
another
that.
world record.
Unfortunate, yeah. Yeah, really fun dungeon,
You know,
really cool routing.
Yeah.
The ILs are cool. If you ever want to
Yes.
run them, I will gladly answer your questions.
Yeah. But yeah, with that was my run. I got world record, so the best showcase run I could ask for. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, shout out to Flora for commentating. Thank you very much. And
Yes,
yeah,
thank you for offering to commentate.
no worries. And yeah, please run this game. I love Hundo. I love all the categories. It's so much fun. And yeah.
Yes, we want more runners.
Yes.
Because usually it's just like me doing ILs and like other people coming and going.
Yeah, that is
Nice.
me done.
Thank you all so much for showing off this wonderful game. Link Between Worlds rules. It's one of my favorite Zelda games. I'm a sicko for 2D handheld Zelda, and this is one of the best ones. Congratulations again on the world record. Thank you all so much. That is my time here. Thank you to Variety for letting me host once again. It's been a ton of fun. Don't forget, we still have the 3 times donation matching going. We have $137 left on that, I believe. So every dollar for the next $137 that gets donated is actually $3. And you can put that towards our 2 bid wars we have opened up. We have in Wind Waker, Save or Kill the Grandma. And for the Pokemon Champions run, you can choose the odd man out Pokemon on Coco's team between Ghost the Gengar, Please 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 the Kingambit, Grumptilda the Scizor, and Thumberto the Lucario. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining us. We will be taking a quick break and we'll be back in a few minutes with The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.